Oh, take a look at this. Crashes, crashes, and more crashes. Just 24 hours ago, our interstates looked like this. Lots of traffic delays and cars spun out. Thanks for joining us tonight at 6. I'm Jenny Runovich in for Scott and Anne Marie. So IMPD and state police responded to hundreds of crashes for hours yesterday. And yet, Indy got less than a half-inch of snow. So what happened? Our Marion County reporter Lauren Kostick went out to get some answers.
Well, driving in Indiana, we're prepared for just about any kind of weather, which is why so many were confused when a few flurries Monday caused such a mess on the interstates, leaving many to wonder, where was the salt? Traffic maps lit up in bright red Monday evening.
And this is just ugliness. Into the city is nothing but red.
13 News reporting accident after accident as traffic stalled for miles around the metro. From Monday to Tuesday morning, ISP responded to more than 160 crashes in Indianapolis alone.
Most of those don't involve injuries, which we're thankful for.
However, drivers were not happy, many taking to social media to express their frustration. One writing, just slid all the way across I-69. Another saying, took me 5 hours to get home from Greenwood to the east side. But the biggest question, where was NDOT? So we called the department to find out. A representative responded with a statement, but would not go on camera. In it saying there was more snow than anticipated, which forced crews to be more reactive than proactive, adding that the 30 drivers pivoted to rock salt later in the afternoon and overnight hours. But it wasn't just the interstates. City roads also caused headaches. IMPD received several hundred calls about accidents and slide-offs. According to DPW, they sent out their crews about 30 minutes after the snow started.
Always start out with 12 trucks that are evenly split among the 3 districts.
Those crews focused on bridges and overpasses, and then additional drivers were sent out to clear and salt roads.
Historically, that's going to look closer to 80 drivers.
And with more winter weather in the forecast, crews are on standby, hoping to prevent another snowy mess. In Indianapolis, Lauren Kostick, 13 News.
State police say most of the crashes they investigate are from drivers just going too fast. So they remind everybody, adjust to the weather conditions and don't just rely on your vehicle's safety features. All right, let's take a live look outside. Much different look on the roads tonight. This is a live look at the north side, 465 and Keystone Avenue. Traffic on the move tonight, typical slowdowns for this time of evening, but certainly not the parking lot that we saw yesterday. Some people spending hours on icy interstates. It was really rough.
Yeah, that was one night I was happy I was here till 11 o'clock.
Same.
You as well.
Same.
But yes, those headaches from yesterday are gone. Radar is clear, but we want you to be thinking now, could there be another weather traffic headache tomorrow morning because of freezing drizzle? And then again on Thursday morning because of more snow showers. So we're here to prepare you ahead of time. Radar is clear. That's the good news. No snow tonight. Temperatures right now in the 20s. 22 Indianapolis, Greencastle, 23 Richmond. Wind chills running in the teens and single digits, already feeling like 9 in Greencastle, feeling like 11 in Bloomington, feeling like 14 in Kokomo. Evening temperatures will be nearly steady in the low to mid 20s, and that will be the case overnight as well. We are tracking a warmer flow of air, and that might be enough to produce some light freezing drizzle early tomorrow morning. Temperatures cold enough to support some slick areas, so be thinking now about that Wednesday morning drive to work and school. Check in with Chuck as sunrise begins at 4 a.m. Could be enough for a few slippery spots early tomorrow morning. Snow showers possible Wednesday night into Thursday. That's the other weather impact that we're looking ahead to. The Arctic air on Thursday. I'm going to let you know when wind chills will go sub-zero in your 7-day.
Angela, thanks so much. Don't forget to keep the live Doppler 13 weather app handy as we deal with all that winter weather. You can track temperatures as you plan your day, get our interactive radar as well, and it is a free download in your phone's app store. Day 2 wrapped up today in the trial for 2 Metro police officers. They are charged with killing Herman Whitfield III while in police custody. Our Karen Campbell's been following this trial, was back in the courtroom today. She joins us live tonight. So Karen, how was testimony this afternoon?
Hey Jenny, long day of testimony here again, as you mentioned, day 2 of this trial. We did hear from an IEMS paramedic who was on the scene at Whitfield's home trying to save his life. And she testified that she gave Whitfield a total of 6 doses of epinephrine, 3 inside the home, 3 in the ambulance, trying to jumpstart his heart. Now, officers Adam Ahmad and Steven Sanchez, these are the 2 officers on trial for Whitfield's death. Prosecutors argued that they failed to follow protocol when Whitfield was tased, fell to the ground and handcuffed while in a prone position on the ground. Now, prosecutors also argue none of the officers rolled him on his side. The prosecution asked the paramedic today, if you had known Herman was down for 5 minutes, would you have done anything different? The paramedic replied, yes. She continued by saying the prone position is concerning because it can restrict your airway, putting pressure on your chest. And that Whitfield's size was also concerning with him laying on his chest. She also testified the amount of THC in his system was minimal. She gave Whitfield, again, 3 additional doses of that epinephrine in the ambulance on the way to the hospital. And she testified that a doctor also gave her approval to administer a one-time dose of something called sodium bicarbonate, and that is used to treat cardiac arrest. Now, the defense told us that they are waiting for their day in court so that they can present their evidence to prove that officers Ahmad and Sanchez were following their department's policies. Jenny?
All right, we will continue to follow it. Thank you, Karen. The Indiana Supreme Court will now decide whether an inmate on death row will be executed in the coming weeks. Joseph Corcoran was sentenced to death after being convicted of murdering 4 people, including his brother, back in 1997. According to our partners at the Capitol Chronicle, his team filed a motion to stay the execution last month, claiming he was mentally ill. Now, this case has been thrust into the spotlight. Dozens of people, in fact, rallied against the death penalty at the state capitol last month. Corcoran's execution is set for December 18th. The state Supreme Court has until then to make a decision. This would be the first state execution in 15 years. It was paused because of the lack of availability of a drug used in lethal injections. It has been 3 years since a driver hit and killed 7-year-old Hannah Crutchfield outside her school in Indianapolis. Well, now crews are starting a new project to improve street safety there. Our Anna Chalker shows us what families will see soon outside the IPS school.
When students step outside of George W. Julian School 57, they may have to fight speeding traffic.
Our goal is to reemphasize our commitment to safety, security, and accessibility for all of our students and staff who come through these doors every day.
That's why school leaders want to take away the fear of crossing the street. Through Indianapolis Public Schools' Rebuilding Stronger referendum, crews will tear down Brown Library and turn it into an expanded parking lot. The flow of traffic will also change to make it easier for buses, cars, and pedestrians to get around the school. While renovations start outside, there will also be some inside, as crews upgrade handrails, replace carpet, lights, and communication systems.
Demolition on the Brown Library will start on Wednesday, but full renovations will be done by the summer of 2025. In Indianapolis, Anna Chalker, 13 News.
And that project is the latest in a long list of improvements set for several Indianapolis public schools over the next several years. IPS has already broken ground on other projects, including Broad Ripple Middle School back in April. The Rebuilding Stronger referendum is paying for facilities improvements and upgrades at more than 20 IPS schools. New tonight at 6, Indiana's all-time winningest high school football coach is resigning. Larry Bud Wright told 13 News he submitted his resignation letter after 59 years as the head coach of Sheridan High School. Wright told our Rich Nye the administration gave him an ultimatum to resign or be fired. He was suspended for a week this season for what he called accusations of verbal abuse of a player. Wright, though, says this is not the end of his coaching career.